everybody, it's Chris from the Evermore podcast. Welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel and your Morning Magpie, the 10th edition. There's a little short roundup show, basically with just some of the news headlines about Newcastle United going on at the moment. So let's get stuck into it. We've got plenty going on this week. So we're kicking off with our new club CEO, Darren Eales. He was talking to the team at BBC Radio Newcastle, did a fantastic job, spoke very well, very articulate, very intelligent guy. It's pretty clear why we brought the guy into the club. He really knows his onions. He even answered a great question from our very own Dan Wales, or once upon a time our own Dan Wales, until he went off to do his own thing. So great question by Dan if you haven't heard that already. But yeah, so it's great to have guys, I guess, engaging with the fan base, really engaging with the media, the local news, spelling out the vision for the club. There was a lot of questions around about the future, where we want to go, growing on the pitch, but growing sustainably as well, being smart, looking to work within the boundaries of financial fair play, a bit about the training complex, a bit about investing in youth as well. So, it's plenty to go through there from Darren Eales. If you haven't listened to the interview, go check it out. I think it's up on the website. It's on BBC Sounds, possibly on BBC Radio Newcastle's website. But yeah, really good watch. I've had a really good listen, beg your pardon. Fantastically impressive guy, and great to have people like this at the club again. And one of the things that he did bring up that came up in discussion points that has been doing the rounds a little bit is the naming rights of St James's Park. So people have talked about sponsoring the ground or renaming the ground, and as a way to build in revenue for the club. Now, we know the club has been starved massively by, revenue over the Mike Ashley years. All he did was look after himself, his own self-promotion of Sports Direct plastered all over the stadium. But obviously these guys are coming in and increasing the revenue. You can already see that by some of the deals they've done off the pitch, the Noon badge on the sleeves, and one of the things that could bring in huge revenue and could help with financial fair play and bring in better players on the pitch and possibly pay them a bit more of a salary without tipping the books the other way around would be the sponsoring of the stadium. Now, this has been met with a little bit of, kind of this and that between the fan base. Some fans, I think, will be a bit hypocritical because when Mike Ashley did this, we all hit the roof. But the difference between Mike Ashley and these guys is these guys are talking about it as a discussion point and engaging with fans. As Lee said on Evermore just this week gone by, that we've already brought in a new supporter liaison officer, which is paramount really, because they need to be talking to the fan base and just making sure these decisions don't cause uproar like Mike Ashley did. When Mike Ashley did that, he did that just off his own back. He didn't consult anybody, and because I think the relationship was already fractious between him and the fan base, that just pushed it over the edge. So for me, this is a total different world altogether. And listen, football's a fickle game. We're doing well on the pitch. We've got great players. We're high in the league. The manager's brilliant. So if you're going to call it, I don't know, if you're going to call it Dr. Pepper at St James's Park or something like that, it'll still be called St James's Park regardless. So it's not a huge issue, I don't think, at the minute for the fan base, but it's got to be done the right way. St James's Park is a special place and it holds a special place in people's hearts. So it'll be interesting to see how the club go about that. But we'll be watching this space as we go through. So staying with some big news for the club, it's a happy 130th to Newcastle United. It is an anniversary coming up, 130 years of the football club. But unfortunately, our current club sponsors, and I think we can thank Ashley for this one as well, is Castore. Now, Castore have not been the best kit developers, I don't think, as the years have gone by, really. They've come up with some horrendous decisions. I mean, the Saudi Arabian shirt, totally divided a lot of people. I think that was somebody from their department really just dropping a bit of a clanger. I think a little bit of extra thought might have been needed for that. But this is the shirt that they've decided to come up with. And we just get the banner away so you can see it in all its hideous glory. So this is the shirt that they've decided to come up with. It's a special anniversary shirt. They want 60 quid for this, for an adult shirt, and 50 quid for a junior shirt. It's absolutely horrific. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. It's been all over social media. It looks like someone's just went and coloured in the white stripes of a normal shirt with a really dull marker pen from a whiteboard. Shocking. I can't believe these guys are actually in charge of our kit design, and I really hope that hopefully the incoming, there's another one saying Castore puke face, but I hope that they really look at this when, the new commercial manager comes in, which I believe is due to come in very soon. We spoke about it on Evermore. It's Peter Silverstone, who was at Arsenal for 7 years. I really hope this is something that Peter Silverstone can sort out. He brought Adidas to the table when he was at Arsenal. Adidas could come up with a much better kit than that. If you remember when Adidas had our kits last time, it was the Newcastle United collar, the Grandad collar, the brilliant away shirt with the kind of burgundy and maroon and blue stripes. the hoop style. It was absolutely fantastic. That's an iconic shirt. A lot of people still wear that shirt now. People are charging 40 quid for that shirt, and people are paying it because it was a brilliant shirt. As you can see, I'm not wearing my black and white shirt for this Morning Magpie out of protest for that absolutely hideous design. So I really hope that somebody sorts that out. So moving on to some of the positive news, I suppose. Bruno Guimarães has been absolutely fantastic recently. And there's no surprise that there's been talk about a new contract on the table for him. Dan Ashworth was very quick to praise Bruno's impact, as Eddie Howe's done in his press conference earlier today. The guy's something special, he really is. I think he's arguably going to be the best midfielder that Newcastle United have ever had. And we've had some really good players, certainly in the years that I've been watching it. But he's absolutely fantastic, and there has been talk that both Manchester City and Real Madrid apparently have been sniffing around Bruno. And Bruno did confirm that Real Madrid spoke to him in the summer. And I don't know if that's, you can class that as tapping up. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. But, a new contract should hopefully keep those two guys at bay. But he really seems to enjoy it at the club. I think we love having him here. The manager and the owners love having him here. So I think Bruno's going to be here for years to come. I think if he has to be the best player at the club, then so be it. Get it done. So looking at the game this weekend, we were hoping Alexander Isak might have shaken off this injury. There was talk that he might have been close to getting on the bench, which would have been fantastic to have him as an impact player if needed be. But Eddie Howe's already come out and said it's too soon for Isak, that he's not going to make this game. But we've got no new injury concerns, which is absolutely brilliant. So, we should be in really good shape going into that game. But yeah, it would be nice to have Isak in the squad, but, we'll hopefully have him back fit, for games going forward, because there's a lot of games to play before the World Cup, and we're going to need him because, Callum Wilson, as brilliant as he is always a ticking time bomb in terms of that fitness of his. But we are looking forward to Manchester United on Sunday. It's probably the first time we've gone to Manchester United in a long time, feeling quite confident, feeling quite positive. That we're very close to each other in the league. I think we're the better side at the minute. I think we're going into this with more confidence. They played midweek, so they should be tired legs. There's a lot of players missing. I'm going to do the match preview, so make sure you check that out on the channel beforehand. But yeah, they've got a lot of players missing through suspension and injuries. A lot of players are touch and go. Ronaldo's not quite in the squad. He's in and he's out. So it's not like it was last time where it was all that Hollywood spectacle around Ronaldo's return. So I really fancy us this weekend, but stay tuned to the preview and you'll see what I think about that as well. But just sticking with some of the paper talk, I suppose, as well. I'm just starting to wonder here if the Mirror are stirring a little bit. So not only did they say that, we're going to rebuff any bids for Bruno in January. And we've already said that as a club. Bruno's already said he's happy. Doesn't stop the Mirror talking about it. They've even started putting stories out about how Newcastle United are worried that they're going to lose Eddie Howe to Real Madrid or Manchester City. I mean, I'm starting to think these guys are just looking for column inches to fill here. Eddie Howe's done a superb job, but I think he was unlucky not to get the England job a few years back, or the Arsenal job, to be fair. But their losses are gain. But yeah, it's very interesting to see what the Mirror are going with this. They've gone from, accusing us of bathing in Saudi Arabian, pools of blood, to suddenly saying our best players going to get bought by Real Madrid, and the other ones, the manager's going to go to Real Madrid or City. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's a bit of mischief making there by the Mirror, but it is going to be paper talk. I think the better you do as a club, it's just a natural thing to maybe come in. And just kind of finishing up there with some fresh links to players. So they're kind of regurgitations of players that we've probably gone through in Rumour Has It, to be fair. So we have been linked yet once again to the young Brazilian Santos, who is a 30 million euro midfielder, a really good player. But I think he is someone that apparently we're looking at in the kind of for the future development. But he's a very good player. He's Andre Santos is his name. I was looking for his first name there. Sorry. So he plays for Vasco da Gama. We have been linked to him before. We did Rumour Has It on him, but it looks like that could be getting close to being finalised. We've already signed, obviously, Garang Kual as well, the Australian wonder kid. So it looks to be that Newcastle United have got a lot of pulling power at the minute for these young, hot talents in Europe. And, our youth academy has been shocking for a long time. So if we can bring these lads in, get them developed in the youth academy, then they could be pushing for the first team in a year or two. So it's all exciting times at the club at the minute. It's been a fantastic week for news as well, so we thought we'd bring it to you in the Morning Magpie. Just a quick reminder, if you like what we do and you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button. We'd love you to come join us. We're sitting on about 1888, nice round number for subscribers. We'd love you to get us to 1900 and eventually to 2000. So smash the button. It's all free content. It'll just be the pop of videos like this, where there'll be the 2 live shows every Monday and Wednesday that we do. So this is Chris going to sign off. Let's keep supporting that team. We'll call United, and wherever you are, have a good morning, Magpies. We'll see you later.